G'day guys, hope you're all very, very well. Going into the second part of this series now, and just going to go through what I consider in trading to be learning the right words. Now, if you're new to trading or if you've been around trading for a while, you'll probably get the idea that it's a combination of things coming together that provides us with trading strategy. And one of the things that I focus on with my trading, it's not about learning everything. I've done that in the past. I've spent 11 years now in this industry trading markets all over the world. The thing that I found when I first started out was that learning everything about it didn't actually help. I mean, I spent a lot of time studying the markets, working on what I thought was going to be important, because I come from school, right? I mean, I started trading at what, 22, I think it was 22, 23, something like that. But I'd been investing before that. Now, when I actually got out of school and sort of stopped, diddle-daddling around and thought, right, now I know what I want to do in life. I want to be a trader. I didn't go to university. I was trying to find the world that I wanted to enter, and that ended up being trading. What I decided was, okay, well, in school I was told that you focus, you study, you learn, and I was rewarded by that. Well, not so much me, but the other people in the class, when if you focus and had a real crack at things, that those kids tend to do well, and they got rewarded for good marks. They got things like bikes, and they got rewarded for doing well, and the reward came through study. So that sort of in my head came back to, okay, well, if I focus and learn a lot about a subject, then I'll become somewhat of an expert on that subject matter. And if I'm an expert in that subject matter, then surely it's going to help me to, make money. The issue that I found was that, I spent basically 18 months to 2 years studying indicators, studying chart patterns, studying Gann theory, studying Elliott wave, studying Fibonacci, studying RSI, CCI, ADX, you name it, man. Like, I was a real expert on everything to do with trading. All of the technical analysis tools, I was an absolute expert at. And look, I used to go to trading events in London, sit down, have a pint, and discuss with people all about trading, all about this and the other. But I tell you what, I noticed, and I knew at the time, that I wasn't making money. Okay, I was seen as somebody who knew what they were talking about, because I did. I knew exactly what I was talking about when I was talking about each individual thing by itself. But what I struggled with was actually making money, because I wasn't able to bring those individual ingredients together into somewhat of a recipe. And that's what I mean here by learning the right words. So right now, a lot of people will be they'll be on their journey, they'll be trying to work out a lot of different indicators and everything there. And I get that, because I did that. My viewpoint here, and the reason that I do what I do and how I go about my business, not just from the trading perspective, but from the educating perspective too, because I only teach exactly how I trade. Nothing differs. The way I teach is exactly the way that I trade. And I break it down into chunks that you can understand. Think of a sentence, right? The right words. I'm in my desk now. I mean, if I just pull out 6 words, for example: sunglasses, pen, notebook, monitors, microphone, glass of water. These are 6 words that have come together. They've come together. They're a bunch of words that are together. But that doesn't make a sentence, does it? It doesn't make any sense. I can't converse just by saying random words in a sequence. The sequence of words need to come together in a coherent sentence for you to understand what I'm talking about. Now, that same concept I deliver in the markets, whereby if you're bringing the wrong things together, you are just bringing a jumble of shit, excuse my French, together. What you need to do is you need to bring things together that work together. Saying pen, sunglasses, telephone, microphone, there's no context to that. There's nothing there. They're just individual words. So what I talk about when I'm trading is bringing those words together to help create a sentence, one for which you can understand, that makes sense, and you can actually execute a trading strategy. So let's get stuck into this. There's technical analysis and there's trading strategy. And I think that this gets lost in the world of traders and people learning to trade, because people think that technical analysis is a trading strategy. It's not. It really isn't. Technical analysis is the library of individual words. Okay? Trading strategy is combining those words together in a way that you can actually have a coherent sentence. Okay, one of the things that pushed me to sort of start Trader Cobb and have this as an education platform for people is because I saw a lot of people out there saying a lot of stuff that I didn't see to be correct. And I do come from a place of experience. I'm not so much in crypto. I'm not a fundamental expert like many of the people that you speak to and listen to and hear from. And I don't claim to be. But I can tell you right now, when it comes to technical trading, yes, it is something that I am very good at. I've built a very successful career around it, and I do know what I'm talking about. So my job is to give you an understanding of what's going on out there. And understanding that technical analysis by itself is really actually worthless. It's how you bring that together that brings the strategy into place. And that's where the money is made. Think about any business, any sports person, any team. It's a structure that comes together. The perfect example is, let me have a think. It was Manchester City before they became the Manchester City of today. They spent the biggest amount of money. They brought in the best players, but all these players were superstars. They couldn't play together. Now they can, because they came together to learn to work together. Look at the All Blacks, the same sort of thing. They're a team filled with absolute individual brilliance, but they've managed to come together and work as a tight-knit unit. Look at the English soccer side, if you want to have a good laugh, because they've got an absolute team of superstars, but they can never seem to put it together. It's not the individual elements that are important, it's them coming together to make it actually work. Trading strategy is a combination of these words. That's what I'm saying, right? It's about bringing these things together and working with tools that actually work together. So, I won't use sloping trend lines. I absolutely rubbish them. I said they're absolutely pointless because they're totally subjective. And that's because everything in my trading is completely objective. I never have anything subjective in my trading. Okay, so I'm trying to bring to the crypto space, and if you do use sloping trend lines, I'm not saying that you're an idiot, not by any means. I'm just saying that if you want to be objective, then you've got to have objective, outcome-driven based decisions and questions. All right. So some of the words, as I say, singular words by themselves mean nothing. The combination coming together is what we're trying to achieve here. We're turning these individual elements from worthless to worthwhile, and that's where the real gold comes from. All right. Every business, like I said, has a strategy. If you've made money in crypto or anything for that matter, and you don't know how and you don't know why and you can't replicate that, well, what you've done is you've got lucky. Okay. And that's fine. Like, I'd rather I'm happy to have luck on my side as well, don't get me wrong. And I'm not trying to trash talk anybody here. That's not my point, right? That's not my point. My point is this: if you have made money and you've gotten lucky, it's probably a good time to start thinking about getting educated so you can replicate your success. Now, the thing that I think is the number one acid test when it comes to trading strategy is this: if you can write down your trading strategy rules, and you know them right now, bam, you can write them down right now, bam, put them in a list, you've probably got a strategy. If you can't write these rules down right now quickly, then you don't have a structured approach. Now, if you don't have a structured approach, how are you going to scale that business? Because trading is a business. That's what I teach. That's what I do. Trading is more than just looking at charts. Trading is a complete business with routine, how you plan your day, when you plan your day, what style you trade, intraday, end of day. Do you trade 5 minute? Do you trade daily? Do you trade both? When do you trade? What do you trade? Why do you trade it? How do you keep your records? How do you do your accounting? How do you monitor your progress? And how do you keep yourself true to your rules? It's a hell of a lot more than just I'm looking at charts. Okay, that's what we need to understand. It's a whole structure, a whole strategy, and a whole element there that a lot of people are missing. If you can't write down your trading strategy and your risk perimeters and your rules of targets, stop losses, the whole lot, then you really need to reconsider your space here, guys. And I'm not saying that to upset anybody. I'm saying it because I'm trying to help you. This is a free bit of information for you. It's there for you to get the most out of yourself. And I try and teach people to become the best they can be in their own skin. So every day I'm focused on being in my best mindset, in my best headspace, because then I can do the best and be the best version of me in my trading. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to sort of touch on here because, there's old school and there's new school, basically. All right. The way I look at it is there's things that work and there's things that don't. Now, overbought RSI, oversold RSI. Yes, I know a lot of people use it, and if you have success with it, that's great. But by itself, it's not going to be a robust enough strategy for you to build a successful career around. Okay, it's one word. That's all it is in my view. It's one word. I used to use RSI. I used to use RSI and MACD. Now I just use MACD because effectively it's a very similar read. If you spend enough time at the charts, you'll realize that the RSI is just a slight, depending on the setting, of course. I think 21. I can't remember exactly. It's been such a long time. But what it does is it's a more sensitive version of what the MACD will tell you if you know how to read MACD. So I've just gotten rid of it for the sake of making my charts even cleaner and crisper and easier to read. People that use moving average crossovers, let me explain something to you here. They don't work, all right? If you've got the 50 crossing up through the 200 period moving average, which is called a golden cross, what this means, okay, let me first of all, moving averages, it's in the word. They're a moving average of what? Price. They're a moving average of price. That 10 period moving average I use is a smoothed out line of the last 10 candles. So the moving average is calculated by price. The moving average does not predict price. It is calculated by price. When price moves, the moving average moves with that price. So because moving averages are a moving average of price, price is the king. Price is what you need to learn. When two moving averages cross up, what this simply means is the last 50 candles, if you're talking about a golden cross for the 250, if the 50 crosses up through the 200, what this simply means is that the last 50 candles have been strong. The price has gone up. So if you buy based on a golden cross, all you're doing is hoping that market keeps moving up. Now the only thing you've got in your favor is that what has happened has been bullish. That's not a good strategy, okay? Dead cross, same. Double bottoms, head and shoulders, these things are fine. But once you understand trend, you define trend, you can actually take a lot of this vocabulary away and focus on what truly matters. And I'll get to that in another one of these lessons. But right now, sloping trend lines, kill them out. They're too subjective. They will not work. Simple as that. I'm looking for factual information, nothing subjective. I'm looking to learn from others that have made mistakes already. That's how I built my career, guys. I spent time working with people in the industry that I knew to be successful, that I was able to, I was in the office at 6, 7 in the morning sitting with the traders before I started work at 9. And then I'd stay till later into the evening when the traders were around because I was trying to suck as much information out of them as possible. Why? Because I was making heaps of mistakes. I thought if I can get around the right people that have already made these mistakes, they can show me how to not make more. That's the idea of me being here as somebody that you can learn from, all right? Learn from their mistakes. When you stop using subjective trading tools, I promise you, you will get a clearer view of the market and your trading will likely follow. Focusing on what matters. At the end of the day, when we're trading, you can buy and you can sell. That is it. There is nothing more that you can do. So each question needs to be around that. In a candle sense, who won? The buyers or the sellers? Trend. Is it an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? And looking at simple outcome-based indicators only. Now what this does, it brings together an understanding. If you've got the right strategy with a complete checklist like I do, you get an exact entry price, an exact stop loss, and exact targets. This is objective trading. Subjectivity out the door. Really important that you guys understand this. Now guys, what I've done here in this little snippet again is taking an excerpt of my actual programs so you can actually get some of this for nothing, guys. Get stuck in. If you want to learn more, go to the website tradercobb.com. I hope you have a fantastic trading day, guys, and I look forward to bringing you more of these lessons. I'm really passionate about helping you guys. I'm really passionate about basically taking out of my brain and offering it to you guys so you can learn and help you to not make the mistakes I did. It cost me a huge amount of money and it took a lot of time. If I can help to speed up anybody's progress by years, months, or even weeks, then I'm doing a good job and I'm really proud of that. So guys, have a fantastic trading day, and until next time, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.